Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the things about these Disney classics that become more apparent as we get older.
Savages?
Not that you're a savage.
Just my people.
Number 10. Substance use. Alice in Wonderland. You only need to look as far as the phrase chasing the white rabbit to realize just how enmeshed drug use has become with Lewis Carroll's original story.
It's just a rabbit with a waistcoat and a watch.
Oh, my fearing whiskies! I'm late!
Now, this is curious. What could a rabbit possibly be late for?
Once you grow up and have some experiences, it's hard not to see this 1951 adaptation of Alice in Wonderland as an extension of that. Alice drinks and eats random substances that alter her reality.
Tastes like cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey. Goodness!
She experiences this other world where surrealistic imagery is the norm. The jokes write themselves. In the early 70s, Disney picked up on this and even advertised the re-release by highlighting its psychedelic appeal.
Here we go again. No one ever loses and no one can ever win. Backward, forward, outward, inward, bottom to the top. Never up again. Off with our hands. Off with our hands.
Number 9. Emotions are always complicated. Inside Out.
This house stinks. Our room stinks.
Pizza is weird here.
Our friends are back home.
And all of our stuff is in the missing van.
Oh, come on. It could be worse. Yeah, Joy. We could be lying on the dirty floor in a bag. Okay.
Although it's about some pretty big ideas, the way Inside Out manages to personify complicated emotions is just more proof that nobody does it like Disney. It helps kids reckon with negative emotions like sadness in a way that's pretty heavy but fully accessible. Still, just how well it presents emotional complexity probably isn't immediately clear to everyone.
I just wanted Riley to be happy.
For a Disney movie, Inside Out is a thought-provoker. It doesn't necessarily come right out and tell its audience everything. The full scope of the movie's emotional depth is probably something that will only deepen as the generation who saw it as kids gets older.
Cool. Upgrade.
Hey. Oh, whoops. Wait, did I just do that?
Hey, guys, what's puberty? I don't know. It's probably not important.
Whoa.
Number 8. Scar is a Fascist. The Lion King.
Be prepared for sensational news. A shiny new era is tiptoeing nearer.
When you're a kid, it's easy to hate Scar. He's the guy who killed Mufasa and ruined his nephew's life. But Scar's viciousness and similarities to actual historical leaders is something that only a seasoned viewer might see. They might also realize just how striking and familiar its imagery is, particularly in the scenes where Scar reveals his evil master plan.
Quid pro quo, you're expected to take certain duties on board. The future is littered with prizes.
The robotic marching of his dutiful hyena army evokes Nazi Germany. And the true evil of his reign as king leads to fear and droughts for the entire kingdom, all so he can have power.
Be prepared.
Yes, our teeth and ambitions are red.
Be prepared.
Number 7. Losing a Parent. Bambi. When the young fawn Bambi loses his mother to a hunter's gun, it's sudden and shocking. This tragic event serves as a catalyst for the character's coming of age.
Faster! Faster, Bambi! Don't look back! Keep running!
His mother's death is a rite of passage he must complete on his quest to become an adult. This is mostly metaphorical for young viewers. Most kids, if they're lucky, wouldn't know the pain of grieving for a parent yet. The scene takes on even more meaning for people who have suffered the same loss.
Your mother can't be with you anymore.
It's only once time passes that it becomes an inevitable but nonetheless heartbreaking reality of being a full-fledged adult. Number 6. It's more than just the toys. Toy Story 3. At the end of Pixar's third installment in the beloved series, young Andy ages out of his toys and passes them along to their new owner, a girl named Bonnie.
You're really good with toys. These are mine, but I'm going away now.
so I need someone really special to play with them.
They have one last play session together before Andy leaves them behind. If that gave you a lump in your throat just thinking about it, it's probably because you know it's not just the toys Andy's leaving behind. It's his entire childhood.
Now, you gotta promise to take good care of these guys. They mean a lot to me.
Letting go of them means letting go of an entire time in his life. Kids may still have that particular milestone to look forward to, but those of us who are old enough to have grown up with those movies feel that one right in the gut.
Thanks, guys.
Number 5, Carl's Grief, Up. Here's another time Pixar hammered home some hard truths.
You know, you don't talk very much. I like you. Wow.
In the first 10 minutes of Up, Carl Fredricksen meets, falls in love with, and loses his wife, Ellie. Shown in montage, the two live an entire life before our eyes. While it's probably clear to anyone just how sad the scene is, it also takes a lot more life experience and a little more exposure to love and loss to truly grasp the pain of it. Again, it's one of those movies that weaves this deeply emotional narrative through a high-flying adventure story. Even if you don't necessarily understand the complexity of it, there's still plenty to enjoy. But if you do, it's a special kind of devastating.
Sorry about your house, Mr. Fredricksen.
You know, it's just a house.
Number 4. History was a lot more complicated. Pocahontas. While it's fair to say Disney wasn't going to show the real horrors of colonialism to children, Pocahontas is a pretty sterile retelling of a real-life story.
What did you say?
My name is Pocahontas.
I'm John Smith.
Depicting the largely fictionalized meeting between real-life soldier John Smith and the Native American Pocahontas, this movie has been criticized for romanticizing colonialism. Even contemporary reviews seemed unconvinced that its telling was respectful or responsible.
We need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. Need to paint with all the colors of the wind.
Kids may be charmed by the animal creatures and the songs, but the movie doesn't shy away from showing some of the tensions between the colonists and the indigenous characters.
Is he?
You killed him.
However, when you know more about the actual history, some of the movie's more romantic elements start to feel a little tasteless. Number 3, the blatant racism, Various.
Brother Rat. Brother Rat? Now listen, I ain't your brother and I ain't no rat, see? Uh-huh. And I suppose you and no elephant ain't up in no tree either.
Once the company launched its streaming service, Disney+, inclusion of many of its classic titles revived conversations about outdated or offensive content. Movies such as The Aristocats, Peter Pan, and Dumbo may be made for children, but they've got some shockingly inappropriate racist stereotypes. That's to say nothing of Song of the South. The movie's so racist, Disney won't even release it now.
Of course, I've had trouble before.
This compelled the company to include a warning before many of these archival titles. There are many people who first saw these movies as kids and defend these depictions or accept them in the context of the eras in which they were made. Still, the racism is a lot more apparent when you have more time and cultural awareness under your belt.
Quite savage, you know.
Let's go get him.
Come on, we'll get him.
Gentlemen! First, we must plan our strategy.
Number 2, Mary Poppins is about absent fathers. Mary Poppins. If you haven't seen Disney's Oscar-winning magical nanny movie in a while, you might be surprised to pick up on some of its more depressing undertones.
Thank you, most interesting. Now I think we've had quite enough of this nonsense. Please return to the nursery.
Dancing chimney sweeps and Julie Andrews flying in on an umbrella can only disguise some harrowing themes of family strife for so long. According to the behind-the-scenes biopic Saving Mr. Banks, that was one of author P.L. Travers' reasons for writing the original book.
Don't leave me.
Never. I promise. I will never leave you.
Mr. Banks spends most of the movie more concerned with fiduciary matters than being an engaged father. In hiring Mary Poppins, he's able to learn just how precious this time with his children is.
Fist holding tight to the string of your kite.
Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Happily Ever After is a myth. Various.
What's the matter, dear? Oh, I just love happy endings. Yes, I do too.
For kids, watching a princess go absolutely through the ringer and then marry a nice prince is enough. For adults, we know marriage is only the beginning. Fairy tales always leave out the real endings. Cinderella and Prince Charming are gonna argue over how to renovate the East Wing or which private school to send the kids to.
You can't go now, it's only...
Oh, I must. Please, please, I must.
But why?
Well, Oh, the prince. I haven't met the prince.
The prince?
That's not even mentioning all that evil stepmother baggage she's got. And what about his parents? What if they're weird and like to show up to the castle unannounced? Hopefully these movies teach kids that struggle and conflict is a normal part of life that makes all the good stuff worth it, and not that marriage and procreation is the end-all goal. What do you notice about your Disney favorites as you get older? Tell us in the comments.
I'm only 6.
You won't always be.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.